All right, everybody, this is My Wand here at Dash Radio with the hot spitting, the viral star, San Diego native, Ktlyn. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me. Yeah. I'm really stoked to be here. This has come full circle for me.
Yes, this has come full circle, and we're going to get into why this has come full circle.
Yes.
So you didn't tell me this before you came here, what we're about to get into, right? Why this is full circle?
No, I did not.
I had a gift I prepped for you, and I think it completes the whole story.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I gift every artist I interview an album from my collection.
Oh my gosh.
And this was a tough one to give up because this one means a lot to me, but I think it would mean a lot to you too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
This is Too Short, Getting It.
Shut
album
up.
number 10.
Let's go.
That is yours to keep.
Okay, now this has really come full circle.
Full fucking circle,
wow,
right?
You really did your digging. I love this.
I dug as much as I could.
Wait, this is really cool.
Yeah, and that is yours to keep. That's the one that has a Getting It.
Wow,
you know?
wait, this is so crazy.
Yeah.
This is really okay, so I gotta tell him.
Yes.
What's up? So, a few years ago, when I moved up to LA, I was in college.
UCLA.
Yes, UCLA. No
Bruin,
big
you know,
deal.
shout out.
Bruin. Fuck USC.
Yeah, I was about to say, fuck the Trojans.
Okay.
Yes, yes, you didn't accept me, USC.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Me either. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. So I was up here in LA doing my thing, and I had met Too Short in Vegas through a mutual friend.
Okay.
And I rapped for him at like this day party to like.
You just rolled up and started
So
rapping.
I rolled up through a mutual friend. He was there, and she was like, "Yo, my friend's like a really good rapper. You have to hear her rap." And he's like,
Okay.
"All right, here we go." Like, all right. And then he's like, "If you're a rapper, just start rapping to this." And it was like an EDM track. Like,
okay,
just going crazy. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, okay, give me 1 second. I'm like feeling it out, and I just busted out like a freestyle for him. And I have the video.
Oh, you have the video
but
of this.
I have to dig in the cloud.
Okay,
it's
okay.
like years ago. And he was like, no way. Like, this is crazy. You have to pull up to my studio.
Wow.
And I'll record you and like get you recording, because I'd never recorded professionally. So I linked up with him. We became good friends, and then he had a podcast on Dash in West Hollywood, and he hired me to shoot some of the social media, like in the behind the scenes. So I also have a lot of good footage of that. She got crazy.
That was at
there
our
was
old
ass
spot.
everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
There was cake eaten off ass. All
I'm
this
sure. Ass eaten off cake.
Yes,
the
all
whole
kinds
nine.
of shit. So I'm capturing all the behind the scenes, and I'm like, damn, like, I hope one day I get to be on the other side.
Wow.
Here I am, guys.
At Dash.
At Dash.
Wow.
With the Too Short.
With the Too Short CD, Getting It.
Getting it.
I picked that one because you really are getting it.
Hey, thank you.
You know, and I want to explain what I mean by that. A lot of older hip hop heads like myself, older in the sense I grew up listening to hip hop in the early 2000s. We don't really respect the TikTok star as much as we should.
Right.
Let me explain this.
Please.
Anybody who's like, oh, he or she made a career off TikTok, open a TikTok account. Try the shit. Try it out. Average person on TikTok makes about 3 videos a day, right? Try this shit out.
Good fucking point.
Try that shit out, because no one's paying you hourly. That is a part-time ass job.
It is so difficult. I did not plan on this being the other part of my
So how did it
job.
start? Was it just like explain to me how the whole
So I'll give you a
viral
little
thing started.
backstory. I've been rapping since I was about 10 years old.
Hell
so
yeah.
I've been like really just infatuated with the music.
Like a young age, you knew you wanted to rap.
My parents, I grew up on classic rock and rock and roll, but my mom had a heavy Motown blues influence. And so I started listening to like a lot of Temptations and some bluesy like classic rock, Johnny Lang, a lot of guitar, Stevie Wonder.
My favorite.
A lot of that. And so then a few years pass, and the movie of all movies comes out.
8 Mile.
No.
I thought it was 8 Mile. That's the one that made me
them.
rap as a kid.
It's You Got Served.
That's the one.
Okay,
That's the one that pivoted.
Don't make fun of me.
The Omarion Marcus Houston dance pad.
Okay, so
That's hilarious.
I saw that movie and I was just like, the dancing and the music that the soundtrack of that. I'm pretty sure Timbaland produced the entire soundtrack to that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I mean, bangers in that movie.
Yeah,
some of my favorite songs to this day.
To this day.
Yes.
That movie really?
Really.
You Got Served is milestone,
yes.
the turning point.
I tell everybody this is the turning point. So I'm watching
Omarion, shout out.
And I'm like, shout out, yo.
Shout out, Omarion.
Big fan. Big fan over here. So I'm watching it and I'm like, damn, this is so fucking cool. Like, the music is everything. The dancing is everything. I would dress up, hat, basketball shorts, in the mirror.
Oh, shit.
Knowing
you were battling.
every piece of choreography I'm battling with the TV. My mom was sick of the movie. She had to get me the DVD. I popped it in every day after school. I mean, I took this shit seriously. And then I started, like, getting really into it, like, with Eminem, Jay-Z, and just started, like, diving in and practicing their raps and like getting down their music.
So that movie, just to clarify, that movie is what pivoted you into rap.
Yes.
Into becoming like a rap fanatic.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, after all that, I just became obsessed with it, and I started practicing, and then I turned into writing my own raps, and then fast forward, I got out to LA and started building a little network and rapping for some people like Too Short, and just trying to get my name out there a little bit and be like, hey, I really do this.
Yeah.
But coming from San Diego, it's not a huge music scene and not a huge hip hop scene at all.
Shout out to Rossi Rock, my guy down in San Diego.
Okay.
Besides him,
no, literally,
Rob Stone, I think's from SD. It's the only one that I can really think of.
Nobody. So I really like, anyway, so fast forward, I'm out here and I'm like, okay, so it's not really working for me. My network isn't huge. I'm from San Diego. And my friends are like, you need to get on TikTok. And I'm like, no, I'm IG only.
Yeah. I'm not a Gen Z.
Yeah,
like, fuck
I'm a
that.
millennial. It's IG only, baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And they're like, trust me, you have to put the face to the raps. Like, they've got to see you doing this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, pandemic hits. I'm bored as fuck in my house. And I'm like, all right, I'm doing it. And that also came from not a lot of confidence. I actually hate being on camera. Shout out to all the cameras
in this motherfucker.
Yeah, but I hate being on camera. I'm like so uncomfortable. And I was just like, okay, it's just me in my room. I'm going to turn the phone around. And this producer, Ktlyn on the track.
Yeah.
He drops beats on there.
And he's like, duet with me.
Yeah,
right?
and I did a duet. And I just started, I think I posted a couple videos before that. And then I did these 2 duets. Just iPhone mic, spitting bars. That's it. Posted them. Woke up. The shit started like going.
You knew.
Yeah, going. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like thousands of views. I think it was like 100,000 and 200,000, 300,000
you got someone
on
10
those.
million.
And then I'm like, okay, they're like, it's going.
Shout out to Kato.
Yeah,
like,
shout out to Kato.
Because I've seen him constantly doing that.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started.
Yeah,
Literally,
that's
it was
how
his
it
thing.
all started. Was
Kato, you're a G.
Hey, big shout out to Kato.
Wow.
Got some shit coming with him on the way.
Ooh,
by the way. Yes.
Okay.
So I do that, and then I'm like, all right, it's like starting to move. And then I jumped on one of my friends now tracks called Easy.
Okay.
And I did a little remix to it. And that one, like, that's the first video that went like really viral. Like, I'd say in the millions of views. And then I jumped on like a Cardi B remix. And then I jumped on a Saweetie and Doja Best Friend.
Okay.
And that one got like 10 million views.
Oh, that's the one you have pinned right there.
Up. I went from 900 followers. No, well, I had 0 to start with. Built up a little bit after the Kato videos that went viral. So I was at about like under 1,000 followers. that video, it was Best Friend and Bus It by Erica Banks. I did a remix to that.
I've seen that one, yes.
Those two, I got like 1 million followers in about 2 months. Like,
wow.
Just through the roof. All of a sudden now, I'm a TikToker and
yes,
content
you are a
creator.
TikTok star now.
So
this just happened. Okay.
But then I woke up. I'm like, damn, I'm like a TikToker now. I have to figure out how to make content and get comfortable in front of the camera, because I was just doing this in my bedroom, like trying not to give a shit about trolls and like what people think. And so present day, I'm here, and ever since then, I've really just been working on like coming up with new ways to incorporate my raps in social media, which is something I never thought I would do. I actually had kind of like a grassroots, kind of old school mindset of how I would become an artist.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna go get signed to a record label, and then we're touring, and we're doing singles.
Meet all these people and start, performing in front of like 10 people. Doing the whole thing, and I was like ready for it, but a little bit of a late start. I had to like build up this confidence, to be able to do that and like be confident in myself, because I always knew I had an ability, but it was just all the like cameras and the eyes that I wasn't really comfortable with. So now I'm learning how to juggle like this new landscape of the music industry and how to break into it.
Well, now you're taking the steps into like the other side, the side that you wanted to always be in.
Exactly. So it's been really crazy trying to adjust to like being, I guess, a social media quote unquote influencer in a sense with a following, but really like my passion is as an artist and in music and being a rapper.
That's really interesting.
It's really been tough navigating that like different landscape,
because they're two different things.
Two different things.
And it's tough, actually. I think a lot of artists, I feel bad when an artist blows up on their first song, because I'm like, damn, they got to follow that up for the rest of their life.
Completely.
And same with like a TikTok star. I feel bad in a different sense, because it's like that might not be what you want to do every day.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to okay, I'm off TikTok, I'm on Spotify, what do you think of me? And I'm on Instagram, like I'm more than just what you see on the screen.
And that's what I've been trying. I'm like, guys, I'm not a TikToker.
Yeah.
Like, I actually don't.
My guy came.
What up? I actually don't. This isn't my forte. I'm not like, this isn't my strong suit, creating content. But my strong suit is creating music. So like, go listen to me on Spotify.
Yeah.
Like, go play my music.
Well, you're not lying, because Boppin', right?
Yeah.
Is what it's called? Boppin' and Bluntly are the two that I just kept listening to all day. Everything you have on Spotify is good. I'll tell you this. You have not put anything out that's like subpar. I'm like, who the hell engineered that? Everything sounds good.
I appreciate that, yeah.
But Bluntly,
shout out to my producer, Brendan Gahn.
Shout out, is he engineering it and mixing
everything.
Brendan Gahn, you're a G.
Yeah,
shout out to that. Really
all
good.
Those songs released are
They're mixed really well, actually.
Yeah, he's like, we've actually built and grown together a lot. Like,
that's dope.
Bedroom, like from 0 to here. So still in a bedroom, but
hey, that's
yes, but it's better equipment.
Yeah, exactly. Now you got the Axia equipment, everything.
Yeah, we upgraded the mic, we got a couple things.
Some of that TikTok money's coming in, y'all. Good, subscribe, like that.
Exactly.
Well, I had a couple questions about.
Yeah.
So, you obviously didn't grow up like on TikTok. This is something that just happened, right?
Yes.
Is it weird or awkward when you do things outside of TikTok? Because you're not going to get the same reception out the gates. Like if you do an Instagram post or a Snapchat post versus a TikTok post.
Right.
Or,
It feels different.
Doesn't
so like,
it? It has to, right?
This is the way I can explain it. Posting on TikTok is a lot more like it's a lot more thought out. It's a lot more.
Oh yeah, it's like an hour.
There's more eyeballs. It's like it takes a long time to like get the video that I'm going for
to make it and everything.
But also to get it to come across as authentic and raw, right? Because a lot of content on TikTok that does the best is not like super. What's the word, like put together?
Yeah, it's not very clean.
It's very like BTS style
Absolutely.
stuff. So trying to get great content that also has that feel is really difficult. And then IG, I feel like, is my like diary. Like I just like am completely just whatever on IG, and it doesn't get the same like numbers, but I feel like I get to connect way better on Instagram.
Yeah, and it's more of us actually.
We can talk. I can DM. Like on TikTok, you can't really like contact your supporters and people you see often, so it does feel different on other platforms versus TikTok.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just in general, like even everything you do in TikTok will be so hyper sensationalized because that's where you built your original fan base, which it's gonna translate to everywhere.
Hopefully, yes.
But how was your show? You sold out the Peppermint Club, right?
Yes, I did.
How was that?
That was actually a dream come true, for sure.
That's amazing.
It really was. I mean, I didn't know what to expect really because I had never sold tickets for a show. I had never done a show.
Yeah.
I didn't know all that was, a show entails.
Were you nervous?
So here's the little story. I'll give you a little story. So I have been building up this show in my head for like a few months, right?
Okay.
So it does seem more grand than it really was. Like, it was an intimate venue. It was not like, it wasn't.
It was your first show. I don't imagine more than, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a couple hundred people.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't Madison Square Garden. Like,
that's actually, you had a couple hundred people there?
Yeah,
Hell yeah. For the city. Shout out San Diego.
Yeah, shout out. Hey, they pulled up. They really did.
Up.
And LA too, they pulled up. And some people out of state. They flew.
People came in.
Shout out to those people. Yeah, some girls from Tampa.
Girl, 100%. I was about to ask, was it creepy ass old man?
No,
you know what I mean? Because you're like on social media. You're a pretty girl.
They were actually adorable, really sweet. I invited them to the after party. They pulled up. We had a good time. Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyways, back to the story. So I'm like building this anticipation. I'm like, oh God, this is Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. Like. So I'm ready, everything, get in the Uber. I have a full-blown freak out. Like I'm shaking, like I'm cold as fuck, but I'm in a puffer jacket.
Like an anxiety attack.
Yeah, an anxiety
attack type thing.
Totally. I'm bending over and I'm like, damn, I'm freaking out. And the Uber driver, I'm in the middle, and the Uber driver's seeing me freak out, and he's like, he has this like calming, like meditative voice to him. It's like a deep voice, and he's like, you're going to your show, huh? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like damn near like just about to cry, like full on run off stage. And so he's like, you know what, you just need to pretend like you're practicing in front of your mirror or whatever, like says some bit of like advice that actually like calmed me down. And I was like,
the generic advice did it?
The generic advice. Wow. I think it was because it was not from like a friend or a family member. It was like an outsider. So I was really like listening.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you please come with me? And he's like, no. And so he drops me off. I go to the front. I'm like head down, straight in. And I don't even want to look at the line. There's a line like of people.
Wow, you were that nervous.
And I was that nervous. And I'm like, damn.
Crazy.
So I get to the green room, I pull in, and I call my mom. And I'm like, Mom. And I'm like pretty calm, but in my head, I'm just like, I'm like, Mom, I'm freaking out. She's like, Ktlyn, you have to take a fucking shot. I don't know why you haven't taken a shot yet.
You had it? I assumed you were 3 shots deep.
I had not smoked a blunt or a joint or anything because I was afraid that I was going to get like too drunk or some shit.
Yeah.
So I rip a shot, and I'm like instantly like warmer, better.
Yes.
DJ drops the first song, and I'm like in the zone.
Pumped. It just
completely went away.
Hell
like completely disappeared.
Hell yeah.
Nicki Minaj, he's playing Nicki Minaj. I'm like, I couldn't wait to get out there.
Yeah.
I hear the crowd like cheering, like it's crazy. I go on stage, and I just did not expect that energy. I mean, they were chanting my name.
Wow,
like
Ktlyn.
people had their shirts off. Like people were on shoulders.
Christ.
It was getting crazy in there, and I was like, it was a dream come true. I was like, I can't believe for my first show I sold out the Peppermint Club. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a great story. So for everyone who's watching this interview who went to the show,
yes,
I'm glad that you guys now have the the full 360 scope.
Exactly, because up there I looked like I had it all together, but before I was shaking in my fucking boots.
Yeah, it sounds like you were like one bad taxi or Uber driver away from not performing.
If it weren't for him, hey, wherever you are, thank you.
Also, the first male to ever be asked by his female drivee, like, do you want to come with me after the Uber ride? And he's like, oh no. A strong man. I would have been like, hell yeah, ride off.
Yeah. I asked him and he's like, no, I got shit to do. Like, I'm
good
like,
for
all
him.
right, bet, for sure.
Loyal man.
Yeah.
Loyal. He has a happy wife somewhere who has a gem.
Oh yeah.
But let's get into your music. Your style is very like, I like to call it golden age of rap. You know, just very real raw bars.
Yes.
Who are some of the artists who inspired you?
So I always say Wayne, Drake, and Nicki, the trifecta.
Oh, you're a Young Money. You're a Young Money. I should have given you a Young Money album.
Oh yeah, that also would have hit.
That
also would have hit, but this one hits too.
Next time I interview you, I'm gonna mark it here. I'm gonna have the Young Money album, the one that they all dropped together.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay. So that's like really what I fell in love with. Like, just started studying like crazy.
What do you mean studying?
Like, also Eminem as well, and Jay-Z. Studying, like, just looking up their lyrics, reading every word, listening and reading Nicki's like play on words, Wayne's play on words, like just thinking how witty and dope, like a bunch of the lines that would fly over people's heads.
Absolutely.
That sometimes you even listen to their songs now, like 10 years later, and you're like, oh my God, that's what that.
Absolutely, that's the best feeling.
It's the coolest thing that there's still like hidden gems in their music that you can uncover. So I thought that was like so poetic and cool. And same with Eminem, just like his cadence, just how like articulate he is. And I just really studied it. And Drake with like just the beats, he would jump on. His versatility is something that I like admired. So all these people I just tried to like pull something from. Yeah. And there always was a natural ability there. Like I didn't really have to like teach myself much, but I did like learn from them so I could be, as good as I am now.
Absolutely. I do hear that inspiration. I would say if I was to compare you stylistically to anyone, it would be Nicki. Just like your cadence and the way you come off.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. No, because she really raps. Like,
she is it. Like,
Nicki doesn't get enough love these days.
Nah.
So let's give her flowers now.
She needs that and then some.
Because she was a trendsetter for everything we're seeing now in female rappers. Yeah.
Her longevity is something that no other. There's Lil' Kim. There are like female rappers with crazy longevity, but from where my generation and who I was watching, Nicki is it. And she's just somebody I could only hope to like get to that level. So
I think one day, I'm gonna throw this out there, we'll manifest it.
Yes, I'm big into that.
You will be able to create some kind of dope content with her.
I could only hope. I would be starstruck.
It will happen.
I don't know what the content would be.
Yeah, you were probably gonna start crying.
Deer in the headlights, just me staring at the camera. She's like, all right, it's your part. And I'm like,
you're just crying.
Just crying.
Yeah, I can see that. But no, I can see a lot of inspiration from her. So that didn't surprise me at all.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Of course. Well, what's to come? So you've dropped a handful of singles this past year. You've gone I guess it's the traditional route now, like singles. Right. Are we building up towards a project, EP, album?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of music out, circling back to like not being as confident and kind of afraid to like, I'm a perfectionist. I didn't want to put out anything that I wasn't in love with. And I feel like when I put out Bluntly, it was like the first record. I actually wrote that song to Best on Earth with Bia and Russ. And I threw it on a Brendan Gaughan beat, and we made an original out of it. And there was just something about it. I loved the vibe, and I was like, this is it. So that was my first single I ever dropped.
That was the first time you felt confident.
Yeah, to put like something out. So I don't have a ton of music out, and that's something I'm working on trying not to be so like has to be perfect. Like
absolutely.
You know, just getting music out. There's something there, I think, with my natural ability for everyone. Like, even if I don't think it's my favorite song, it might be somebody else's.
And you never know what, especially in the world you're in with TikTok, someone can create a sound out of it.
Exactly.
Or do something with it. It could go viral for, litany of reasons. So
exactly. So
drop that shit, Ktlyn.
So I have some more singles on the way, but my next goal is an EP. So early next year, I'm hoping I will have some EP ready to go, because I already have some music for it. That's really good. So there's definitely more music on the way. That's my goal next year.
And when creating the EP, do you treat it differently than when you're just creating songs? Do you have kind of like an overall theme in mind or a feel you want?
That's a good question. I've actually been asked that a couple times, and I haven't decided yet. I have like a central idea that might be cool, but also the way I create music is very kind of what inspires me in that moment, and like it could be completely different vibe than, maybe like the first song of the EP, like where I might try to go a cohesive project that tells a story, but I also don't want to put too much pressure on that and just put out a project with great music on it.
Absolutely.
And however that comes to be.
Yeah, whether it's a story
or not, it is what it is. Yeah. And, just put that good music out. So I think there's always a story in creating the music in general. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. I'm not sure.
So early next year, though, we can definitely expect a EP project.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited for that.
And I'm honored to be able to do, I want to say, is going to be your first published interview.
This is my first interview.
You're welcome to the next people interviewing her. Because I had no information to go off of.
Hey, get it while you can.
Yeah, now like the next time I interview you, I'm going to go back. I got these notes and I can add layers onto it.
Exactly. No, I might not do any other interviews besides you
and me
here the rest of my career.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
We'll just check in.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Maiwan and Ktlyn, you heard it here first. No other interviews. DJ Vlad, you can suck a dick. Sway, you can suck a dick. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, everybody. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I think you're a great talent, and I can tell from following you as much as I have that you love hip hop.
Yes,
and so I think you're gonna do well.
Thank you.
Just because you're true to the game. This isn't who you're not putting on a facade.
No, that's something very important to me. Like authenticity is. I've told people in the industry who have met me early on that it will never work without me being myself. I am not going to be like a made character. I'm not going to be anything that you don't see right here. I just truly love hip hop music, and I truly love making it, and it's just the talent that I have, and I just hope that people allow me to share it with them.
Yeah, I think they will. I think what's so beautiful is you've already amassed your fan base, and it's growing. It's only been like, a year in, 2 years in?
About a year or two.
Yeah, so it's growing, and I think the fact that you've created this organic fan base on your own, they can't make you do anything because you can be like, well, fuck you. The people are behind me.
Exactly.
And the day you didn't put them behind me.
Which is a cool feeling to have. It's nice to have a little like leverage that you've built yourself. So you're like, hey, I've done this on my own. So if you can't offer me anything that I haven't already done myself, then I guess you're gonna have to fuck off.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited to see what's next for you.
Thank you.
Boppin's dope, catchy as fuck. The beat's very catchy. Your producer's really good.
Thank you. He is iconic. I swear.
What's his name again?
Brendan Gaughan. It's Brendan Gaughan Music on Instagram.
Brendan Gaughan Music. You're dope.
And he has a TikTok, but the guy refuses to use it. I try to tell him
I don't blame you, bro. I got a TikTok with 12 videos on it. It's been 3 years.
Yeah, he has like 2. But no, we're building together, and more music on the way. You can stream all my music on all platforms, and it's under Ktlyn, Ktlyn.
Yes, yes. And where can we find you on all socials?
Socials, it's KTLYNRAPS. KTLYNRAPS. Simple as that.
I love it. I love it. Well, keep going.
Thank you.
I'm really, really hyped to hear just what the next 2-3 years of your career is going to sound like, you know?
I think it's going to be really dope.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, thank you so much for coming in, everybody.
Thank
this
you
is
for having
Ktlyn,
me.
of course.
Thank you,
and
guys.
if you guys want to, we're gonna make another video of us playing around with that Kanye West stem player.
Yes,
So,
I just got my hands on it. Stick around.
Yeah, stick around. I'll put a little thing somewhere in the video for you to click. I don't know what corner it's gonna be in. We'll figure that out.
Somewhere. All right.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much, everybody. We're out. Boom. Boom. We did it.
Hey,
All right.